Because I think a lot of parents listening may take a lot from what your dad did, right?
I was always brought in on all the conversations. I think something that my parents did, we had struggles and we had challenges and we had to move and we had to various businesses, but we were always at the dinner table having the hard conversations. You know, if there were hard things that were, taking place about money or about business or about family, we were solving problems together. Wow. So my parents would always ask our perspective. That is something that I do feel is very interesting. Just as a child, I try to do that with my daughters at the dinner table now, is to ask them like what they think. So thinking about solutions versus, how they would think about solving it. So I feel like I was really involved in hearing my voice felt heard. And I think that's important because as women, I do feel like our voice isn't heard. And so I grew up in a place where my voice was not just heard, it was really valued. And my perspective was valued. And just like so many memories that I can think of. I had such an amazing, amazing childhood. And I know a lot of people don't have that. On my 17th birthday, this is really crazy. So we went to Atlantic City for a Bollywood concert. It was like a Shah Rukh Khan concert. Then when they would come out and do the shows, we went to Atlantic City for this concert. And, there was a casino. I'm not even of legal age to gamble. And my dad takes me to the blackjack table. Okay. And he was an avid, he definitely had not the best habits as well. And it's important to see, you can see both sides of your parents. Things weren't perfect. I look back and I think about mostly the positive, but sitting at this blackjack table. So I'm all dressed up to go to this concert. I'm sitting next to him. My parents were also really young. They had me when they were 20. And so people are probably assuming I'm his girlfriend or something. And, but I'm sitting at the blackjack table next to him and he hands me a pile of chips and he's like, bet. And in my head, I'm like, oh, how much is this? Am I going to lose the money? What's the value? And his response, he goes, just feel it. He's like, if you feel like you're going to win, bet more. If you feel like you're not going to win, pull back. My ability to now take risks and listen to my gut and not worry about, scared money doesn't make money as well, right? So my ability to be able to say, okay, I feel like I'm going to win. I feel like looking at the hands or learning blackjack, and I was great at math and I can get this concept. That was one of my, a core memory that I can think of, but I was always involved in the conversation. I feel like it was more tactical with action, not just being told that you should go do this. I definitely feel very blessed that I did have that. And now my mom lives literally across the street from me. Oh, she's wow. One rock away and she gets to raise my kids with me. So It's wonderful.
It's amazing. When you go from pitching your idea to all of your bosses and they kind of look at you like, this is going to fail, this isn't going to work. And then obviously your dad gives you that encouraging statement. You said that you moved back home then.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining that you were making a decent amount of money working at a financial services firm. And when you choose to start a company, I'm guessing you took a massive pay hit. And I assume you were living out and then you moved back home. Now, the reason why I'm pinpointing that moment is because I think those golden handcuffs that so many of us tie around ourselves with the safe corporate job. And when you've got a great degree and you finally get that job you've been waiting to get for 18 years of your life and everyone respects you for it. It looks good on your LinkedIn and your resume. I found so many people struggle at that point to say, well, I'm willing to take less money. I'm willing to downgrade my lifestyle. I'm willing to postpone and delay the gratification of having nice things because chances are if I live with my parents and I'm not making the money anymore, life changes. Walk me through deeply that decision, because I think for so many of our community listening and so many people that I mentor, coach, speak to, this seems to be one of the most pivotal moments of their life. That were you willing to go 2 steps backwards in order to go 5 steps forward? And so many of us are so scared to go 2 steps backwards because we've got so used to a certain level of lifestyle. So walk us through that key decision point.